All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Making Noise. I'd like to thank my subscribers. I'm now up to 109. So thank you. Keep subscribing for me, would you? Today we're going to talk about pros and cons on the Honda Pioneer. I've had the machine about 6 months. I've put 450 miles on it. That's not a ton of miles, but I mean, it's enough to give you a good idea of what the machine's all about. Most of that riding has been trail riding. I didn't really use it too much around my yard or anything like that, but I am using it to hunt with this year. Hopefully I can put a big buck in the back. It's archery season right now. I'm getting pretty stoked. So anyways, we're just going to jump right into it. This is a 2023 model, 704 with the flip up rear seats. They're kind of like a stow and go. Love that. That's a great feature. It's amazing. So my biggest pro to this machine is the fact that it's a gear-to-gear transmission. That means that there's shifting. A lot of these machines are belt-driven, and you have issues with belts. They get wet, they slip, they can break on the trail, and they're a pain to replace if you break them on a trail. Usually you're 30, 40 miles out in the woods, whatever you are, and I mean, you have something like that break. You know, it's not like you're in the comfort of your garage where you could eventually work on it. You're getting it done in a mud hole if it's in a mud hole, you know what I'm saying? So I ride alone a lot, and riding alone, I love the fact that it's a gear-to-gear transmission. So we're going to flip the script right here, okay? Being that it's a gear-to-gear transmission, the reviews that I've watched on it and everything else says that the shift points have gotten better. It only has 2 shift points, and they're really not that good. It shifts kind of hard. And it's kind of unpredictable. Sometimes it is shift at 4,500 RPMs. Sometimes it is shift at, I don't know, 5, whatever. It's around there. I wish it was a little bit more predictable, and I wish it wasn't such a hard shift. But that's it on that aspect of it. I feel like that outweighs the belt. So we're moving right on here. We're going to move on to the tires. Honda picked a really good tire to put on these machines. They're quite aggressive. They don't leave me wanting a lot more. They do a very good job off the trail, or on trail. They do tear up your yard a little bit though. You turn in your yard, they kind of tear up your yard. They dig. They're a good tire. We're going to move into the cab here. Show you a few other things. Shelby's going to hand me over the phone here, my lovely camera girl. All right, here we are. So I like this. This is a 4-wheel drive diff lock. I love that ability to lock the diff. I haven't really needed it, but it is nice to be able to throw that in there if you need it. That means so when you lock your rear diff, both tires are eaten. Yeah, if you weren't stuck, you're gonna be, or you're not gonna be, one of the two. We're gonna move over here. So it has provisions for knockouts for your switches. So right there, I don't know if you can see that. Yep, right there. Switches go in there. You just knock those covers out and you put your switches in. That's really, really nice that Honda did that. Glove box, about the only storage you get in this buggy. Right there. I wish they gave a little bit more storage, but it is what it is. Down here you have some angled footrest. They got some texture on them. That's pretty nice. You know, if you're going down a hill, you can put your feet up there and kind of help hold you back. You're on rough terrain. There's one over there for the driver too. It's nice. That's really nice to have. I'm going to move you back to the back here. I want to show you the pinion brake. And right there, as you can see, this right here, this whole setup here, this is your pinion brake setup. So what that does is that brakes your machine at a gear reduction, because it brakes the machine before your rear end. Okay, so it's you know, this is a gear reduction, you know, to make your wheel spin faster, but it also, if you brake on it, it's going to make your wheels spin slower. It's a lot better than having a brake on each wheel. Okay, that's half the brakes with probably, I would say, double the braking power when you brake at the pinion. That's like monster truck stuff. It's really cool that Honda did that. I really like that. Okay, one of the other things that I really like is the full doors. This came with these cup holders up here. I think this is really great that it has these full doors. They're nice. They're still really low, like when you're in here. They don't come up. They don't come up real high, so you can see out pretty easily. You can see your angles real well. You can see the trail real well, how close you are to things. That stuff's nice. They open up really, really far. That's nice. Honda also gives you the ability to move. They also give you the ability to move your steering wheel, to adjust your steering wheel up and down. I like that. E-brakes right there, really easy to operate. So that pretty much concludes what I like about the machine. So now I'm going to be kind of nitpicky, and I'm going to talk about some things that I don't like on the machine. Now, we've walked around the machine. You've seen some of my add-ons and stuff like that. So a lot of the stuff that I don't like has been changed on the machine. One of the main things that I didn't like was headlights. Honda probably put literally like one candle light in here. I mean, it was they're terrible. The stock lights on this thing were absolutely horrid. Very, very easy switch. I have a video on there. I think they were like $50 for the bulbs. Convert them over to LED. Very, very easy to do. Like I said, look up that video on my page here, and you guys can see that. Well worth it. $50 to upgrade. One of the other things that I don't really like is when you're washing it. Like I wash it a lot. I like to keep it clean. A lot of water and stuff gets trapped down in here where your feet go in the back, and it doesn't want to come out. It's really hard to get out. I wish Honda would have, given you some sort of plug to pull, rubber grommet, or just put a hole in there. I probably wound up putting a hole in there myself. Some of the other things that I don't like, and this is problems with a lot of the side-by-sides, is engine heat. The engine heat comes up, and it's kind of a pain. You're usually riding this thing in the summertime when it's warm. I'm gonna put some fans in. I think that will help it. But I took out the panel back here for the bed because I don't use the bed a lot. So I took that panel out, and that really helped let some of the heat out. Now that it's becoming wintertime and I'm using this thing to hunt, I kind of want to put that panel back on to keep some of that heat in there to keep you warm when you're running down the road. But whatever. Engine noise, it's loud. You're sitting on top of the engine, it's pretty loud. It's a lot louder than what I thought it should be. But yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It's quite loud. The next thing, the rear end's kind of loud. Forward to backwards, it clanks around a lot. I think that's the rear end. I've heard guys say stuff about that. It seems to be fine. Like there's no issues with the rear end or anything like that. It's just a noisy setup. Maybe that has something to do with that pinion brake. Maybe that's the noisy part of that. But it's just a little noisy. I'm getting pretty nitpicky here on stuff that I don't like, but I mean, that's it. All in all, I think this is a pretty good buggy. Oh, one of the other things, there is no reason for this thing to be this tall. I think that you could bring this thing down another 6-8 inches easily. I mean, I'm not a tall guy. I'm 5'9", and I mean, I can tip my head to get in this thing, and I mean, look at this. I mean, this is crazy. I mean, even with a helmet on, I have tons of space. That's 9 inches there. So I think they could bring that roof line down a little bit, maybe make it a little, make it look a little bit nicer. But yeah, I mean, one of the other big things I like is the bumper in the front. I wish it had a bumper in the back. Kind of makes me a little nervous. One of the other big wishes I wish if I could wish was that they gave you another foot here. I really would like this bed to come out to about here. I mean, just give me a foot so I can put some stuff here. In some of my other videos, I made, a bar here so I can put coolers and stuff on this and strap them in. Works really good. That's on one of my other videos. But I mean, all in all, I'm very, very pleased with this machine. For the price point and everything else, I think that this is a wonderful machine. I had a few of my buddies owned other side-by-sides. I'm not going to name the names. I don't want to badmouth anybody. But when I called them and talked to them, they highly recommended that I buy Honda. A lot of them pushed me to Honda because of the gear-to-gear transmission, and I'm happy that I made that decision. So with that being said, I hope you guys liked the video. If you do like the video, hit like. If you want to see anything else that I've done to this machine, I have all these videos on my page. I mean, I've done light bar, winch, dual battery setup, I mean, backup lights, I mean, LED conversion for the headlights that are absolutely horrid. I've done so much to this buggy, it's ridiculous. So look for them videos, and hit subscribe for me, guys. Thank you. We'll see you later.